Hi traders, this is Forex Nelson and I'm back today with another 7 trades. Today's date is January the 14th and today's trades all turned out positive. The first one here, this pound dollar, gave me a bit of trouble, but I knew that overall the trend was up, and after it did a slight reversal, and then it continued to go up, as you can see. So let's see where I got in at. All the trades I took quite early, between 7 and 8, except for one of them here was closer to 9 o'clock in the morning, and I was finished all my trades today between 10 and 10:30, as you can see. So on the first trade, I'm using the new fractal trigger. Here are the fractals. I love them. They're multi-time frame fractals. I do keep it on to 60 minutes. They show areas of support, blue, and resistance is red. And along with the multi-time frame AO, I personally put it on to 30 minutes, and sometimes I'll go to the 60-minute time frame. So I took the trade here in real time. It looked like it was going to continue to go up, but as the market is very random, it decided to do another cycle down and test this area of support over here, this fractal. So it did go against me, but I knew that it was going to go around 35 pips. I closed it out, all the trades about the same time. When I was up 3 pips, and 3 pips on the pound dollar is $300. That's the way trading goes, and you definitely have to have trade management, money management in order. And I like to point out the fact that all the trading systems in the trading world will probably work. You're lucky to get it to work 50% of the time. You traders out there who bought, 10 or more systems, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. I learned that the hard way. After about 7 or 8 years, I bought 700 systems, and they were all doing the same kind of results. And that is, as I said, be lucky if it'll work 50% of the time, and that's including all of my trigger systems. But once you learn how to trade the flow of the market, which is what I teach, you will get that up to 80 or 90%, or as in my case, about 95%. In other words, remember, you have to learn how to trade the flow of the market, and you have to master trade management and money management. You see, this could have easily been a losing trade, but as soon as I saw it bouncing off its support and the fractals kicking in here, I knew it was going to go up. And as you can see, I could have stayed in the trade for more pips. But as I was closing out the trades, I was looking at my totals at the bottom. And my goal every day is 50 pips or more. And this is definitely closer to 100 pips. We'll do a pip total as we get to the end. So moving right along, let's check out this Euro New Zealand. Drag and drop this up. Now this got the timing a little bit wrong in this one too. Remember, as long as you know if it's going to go up or down, which I know the trend direction in this situation right here from back here with the fractals, I know I'm selling. Could have easily kept going down here, but it did do a pullback. Let's see what that pullback was, around 20 pips. And when it was bouncing around here, I just decided to close the trade. And it looks like with 5 pips and 5 pips on the Euro New Zealand, paid $359. And just to let you know, I usually do more than 2 trades. I'll do many times between 4 or 5 or more trades, because I got tired of taking trades and only getting 3 or 4 pips. And other pairs like this Euro CAD is moving right along pretty good. So I don't know which one's going to move, but if I put in a bunch of trades, I know that 2 or 3 of them are going to give me a lot more than 10 pips. So let's run a check on this euro dollar and see what's happening. Here's another one. It's also like the previous one. Nice setup for a great way to trade. Should have got in over here, but I only saw it over here. I did take the trade, and of course when it did not break the bottom over here, I decided just to close out the trade. And I closed it out, looks like with 6 pips, and 6 pips on the euro dollar, paid $600. When I'm trading, I'm only starting out scalping, which is roughly 2 to 10 pips. Everything above 10 pips for me is a bonus. And I do a bunch of trades because I like to see 2 or 3 of them. I call them runners, which is a lot more than 20 pips. Moving right along to the next pair, pound Swiss. Let's run a check on this one. It's another good example of a great way to trade using the moving averages and the indicators down at the bottom. I teach exactly how to trade this way. Now obviously getting in here or here is much better, but it could have easily just kept going up. But I did take the trade, did go against me, just to let you know. At one point I was up 16 pips, then it went against me about 19 pips. I knew the trend was up, so I just waited for this cycle, and I closed it out up here at the top. Looks like with about 6 pips. And of course 6 pips on the pound Swiss paid $674. Remember, these pound pairs, you need more than 20 pips. You know, a good solid 30 pips minimum. As you can see on my auto stop here, stop loss is 30 pips, and I put the profit well out of the way as from time to time I trade high impact news. And as you know, in 5 or 10 minutes it can move 100 pips, so like non-farm payroll. So that's why I put this at a default of 100 pips. I rarely get 100 pips, but if you do a bunch of trades, you can get around 100 pips as a grand total. And of course, after it was done this cycle and the fractals were kicking in, I knew that it was going to go up and at least test the resistance, this fractal, and this ADR, and it came pretty close to touching it. Moving right along to the pound yen, let's see this one. These first bunch of trades here, they were all scalping. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So drag and drop this up. Again, it could have easily just kept going up here, but remember the market is very random. Decided to test this fractal out again, this area of support. And when I saw this doji, I knew it was going to continue to go up. So it did do that one cycle. Once I saw this doji, I knew along with this fractal, I knew it was going to go back up. So it went against me about 24 pips. Remember, 20 pips will not cut it. And of course, as it got up near the top up here, I saw this little doji here. I decided to close the trade, and it looks like I closed it with 9 pips, and 9 pips on the pound yen paid $864. Moving right along to the next pair, these ones here paid a little bit more. Euro Aussie, perfect example of a great way to trade. I love trading this way. Got in. This is a much better trade, even though it took about more than 2 hours. And I could have stayed in the trade for more pips. But when I get around 50 pips or more, which represents around 5,000 down here, that is when I'm happy, and that is when I close the trades. Got in at this cursor. This one was much better. It only went 5 pips against me. And I closed it out with 14 pips. And 14 pips on the Euro Aussie paid $1,084. Moving to the last pair, the Euro CAD. This was the mover of the day. Perfect example of a great way to trade. Got in at this cursor right here and I closed it out over here. Looks like that gave me my 50 pips there. Could have just traded one trade and be done for the day. 50 pips on the EuroCAD, paid $3,867. So another great trading day with some fantastic results. Pip total was 87 pips, and 87 pips paid out $7,749. Love trading with my fractal trigger. As a matter of fact, any one of my last 6 trigger systems I built in 2020. I highly recommend them as they're all producing the same kind of results. Now, if your system is not producing like my fractal trigger system, I suggest you get your hands on it. And to do so, all you have to do is look right below this video for my contact information. Now, this system, I do charge $250, and it comes with 4 gigabytes of training, and you will get an exact copy of my system on your MT4 platform. Now, it comes with 4 MT4 templates, 10 custom indicators, and of course my favorite meter. Now, it also comes with a lot of PDF books, a lot of Word documents, and this is what you're going to need, is a lot of education to succeed at trading the markets. This is extremely difficult to do. If you choose not to buy education, then you will never learn how to trade. Same as becoming a doctor, lawyer. This is just as difficult. You have to spend money on education, and you have to do the homework. Too many traders out there, they buy, but they don't do the homework. In other words, the homework is watching the training videos and putting in thousands of hours and hundreds of trades. You got to put in a lot of chart time to succeed. You're not going to learn this in 90 days. It's impossible. And you will never ever find success jumping from system to system. It's okay to do that, as you need some systems, and what you really need is the training. And try to get training and education that teaches you how to trade the flow of the market. Market movement. How does the market move? This is what you need. Because if you don't learn how to trade the flow of the market, you will fail. And I can take the very same system that you're failing with, and within it 24 hours, I can make it work and to be a successful system. And that is because I know how to trade the flow of the market. So let's see, where were we? There's a lot of ways to trade. I teach a lot of ways to trade, and that's why there's 42 training videos. Now I'm only going to touch on my most favorite way. Great way to trade. Perfect example of it right here. When I see this is like 99% positive that I'm going to make pips. So I'm not going to read the rest of these. Oh, you put it on pause. Go through it slowly. If you have any questions about any of these ways that I trade, quite simple. Pick up the phone and call me. Here's my number. I do answer. In 16 years, I could never pick up the phone and talk to the person who built the system. And that tells me right away that they don't know how to trade. I know how to trade, and I can answer your questions. Now, if you live too far, send me an email. There's an underscore here. Now, I do prefer Skype because that's the way we can talk through the computer wherever you live in the world. Made it simple for you. Just click on this link right here. And through Skype screen sharing, I'll give you a free session. That's right, you heard me right. Free session with no obligation. It will help your trading. Now, over the course of many years, I built a lot of trigger systems. All you got to do is click on this link right here and you'll see 30 screenshots. So that just about wraps up this video, and if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. That will encourage me to do more of these videos. So until tomorrow, and the next trading day. Good luck with your trading, and remember to keep yourself and your family safe. Okay, bye for now.